do what I do before we go. Oh, we live. Hold on. Let me get comfortable. Peace and peace and power, peace and power. Salute. Salute. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people of the struggle. Salute, salute, salute as you come on in. Know that you are loved. Know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. A space for educating and being educated. Yes, a space that you can call yours. It's your class. This is your class. A space of questions, answers, dialogues, conversation, where we seek a path to true liberation. Okay? As my classroom assistants come on in, please put all, and I mean all, contact information in the chat for the duration of class. Please put all funding, links, information, excuse me, in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Oh, yes. And if you have an anger management issue, if you go outside and you get mad at the trees, if you walk in the store and get mad because the carts is out of order, if you driving and you trying to do 38 and a 25 and you got an issue, book an assessment. Book an assessment before we watching you on the news, cuffed up, looking crazy. Okay? If you or anyone you know happen to be in what you believe is a domestic violence situation, please book an assessment. Get the information. Please get the information that you can utilize, because this life that you save may be your own. Somebody tag Safaree. Somebody tag Hassan Campbell. Somebody tag Fendi. Somebody tag D Wade. Look like we got the new Gripper gang. And since they advertising, please, someone tag Fleece Johnson. I think he's being called. They acting like they need his services. Yeah. Yeah. That's where we going today, y'all. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Very teachable moment, especially for the fellas. So if you got young men, brothers, nephews, bring them to class today. They need to be here. But first, before we start class, we need to see who in class. Yeah, so if you just getting here, if you've been here, tag your classmates. Share the video. Tell them, yo, we here. Don't be the foul classmate. Don't do that. Let's go. Ta-ta. Nah, ta-ta. All them purple hearts and all them apples. 55. The first 55. Dennis Williams, 55. Yeah, you already know. Freddie, 55. Hold on. Y'all done set the record. We never ever had 355s to set off the class? 3 straight 55s back to back? Oh, this gonna be a wild class today. Yeah, Tata, Dennis Williams, Freddie, 55. Sean Jenkins, what up, Tierra? Keep it moving in the chat, Tierra. Make sure the funding info is in the chat. Salute, Tierra. Boom. Ooh, boom. In here. Jonathan Kidd? Strictly Game, I see you. Brown girl, Professor Drea. In the spotty spot. She in class. TC, what up? Zone, what up? Donovan, okay. Hey, Wood. I see you. Okay, Tasha. Demographics, okay. D-Fat. Coaster, Tony G. Okay. June Bug. Huh? The Big 4, no doubt. Okay, June Bug. You still got some catching up to do. 40, huh? Okay. Okay, I see you. Culture. Yes. Uh-oh. Jay. Fo. Memphis in the building. With a fat 55. No fo. Nah, Jay. Elusive Views. What up, Yvette? I see you. Jeff Sparks. Yes, sir. Think for yourself. I see you. King Hazy. Okay. Ramsey? 55. Ooh, boy, they in here deep. Late Charles? Construction, site, media, I see you. Okay. Boy, 55 gang is hot today. Infamous African, I see you. Rick Gatlin. Craig Allah, peace. Peace, Almighty, was good with you. Marshy, 55. What you doing up? Talk your talk, media, okay. Be original, peace, be original. 55, though. Ooh, y'all deep. Man, they deep. Ooh, this is a man. V. Robinson, what up? Boy, this 55 gang is official today. They in here so deep. Damn. ATM Tim, 55. Ooh, they did. Listen, man. Boy, I tell you. Man, I see a lot of people going to fail this semester right before the holiday. How y'all getting fat 55s before Turkey Day? What the hell's going on with you? Y'all getting 55s for the midterm. Anyway, let's get started. Let's get this class rolling. Damn, on a playback, it's going to be ridiculous. Mad 55s. Shit. I ain't giving, my throat hurt. For real, I ain't giving out that many 55s ever. Damn. And they proud too. You see them, Drea? You see them, T? They just sticking their head in class. They just coming on up in here like shit sweet. Let's get started. Now, I keep telling you that men have to present themselves a certain way in society. You just have to. In a space where people don't know, how to identify, what to identify, where to look for guidance, for leadership, for representation. Men have to present themselves in a certain way. Just have to. Now, in the entertainment industry, they have given a lot of leverage to how people move, to how they present. And it's been accepted and tolerated. It's been accepted and tolerated so much that we end up with Sandusky's and Weinsteins and all type of weird stuff. Right? Clive Davises and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? Certain behaviors have been ignored until it has proven to be problematic. And we're in a space now where just the basic values and principles of what it means to be a man is lost. Can't find it. So I stand tall and firm on how you're supposed to look, especially online, and how you present. Now, in the confines and the privacy of your own dwelling, do you? We have witnessed individuals who have been chastised and made to feel slighted for what they do behind closed doors and in the presence of their own groupings, because somebody who they may have trusted or somebody who just had the abilities to get certain footage or photos or conversations, right, may have altered it. You dig what I'm saying? And threw it out there. So you get that. I understand that type of thing, and that can happen, right? However, when people put themselves in a place so the world can view them in their activities, listen, all bets are off. Because one thing that we are never aware of is how others perceive us. Especially if you don't know people, if you don't, it's strangers and stuff like that, and people who you don't have a consistent communication with. You can never tell how the world perceives you. Just don't know. It's very difficult. So for men, we should want to, remember, should want to be on our best manly. We should be on our best, right, behavior when it comes to holding specific titles that are, excuse me, gender based, right? Titles like father, brother, uncle, grandfather even. Now, I don't know what's been going on lately, but I'm going to attribute the blame to Wendy Williams and her breakdown. See, before she broke down, Wendy Williams was the only space where these individuals was getting any kind of light, right? Where she was exposing, and I've been exposing these individuals since her days on the radio. But since she's been gone and they hijacked her platform and made all of these little splinter entities, right? Because that is what we're watching now, if people are not hip to it. all of this social media stuff, all of this gossip, all of this was birthed from Wendy. Nobody prior had done what she done and was able to do it in this space. Nobody cared about no R&B singers. Nobody cared, definitely didn't care about hip-hop and rappers and stuff like that. Nobody was doing it on the radio and definitely not on television. Wendy did that. And she was able to do it because of the access, because of geographically where she was from, and the positioning. She made this gossip, this Grippergate. She created what we are now sitting in. There would be no Tasha K. There would be no Euro. Would be no Adam Doo, would be none of that without Wendy. Do you understand? And her transition from radio to television is what eventually birthed all this. It would be no TMZ, none of that. Okay? So I gotta blame her, because in her downfall, in her relapse, and in her poor health and getting kind of pushed out of the whip, social media took over. And now these individuals had no space to just center in on, so they just running amok. And we're just getting all of this questionable movements from people who we are looking at as men. I'm like, where we do this stuff at? I always make an attempt to tell you certain things, how I was raised. And I never saw, excuse me, a lot of stuff that just seems to be flowing freely through our timelines and in our eye, right? Men in shorts, men in heels, men in purses, men in briefs, not tidy whities, these new boxer briefs. Men with their bare chests, but their bare nipples out. I tell you, I never seen my great-grandfather's nipples. Never. Seen my great-grandfather. Never. Seen any pictures of that? Nowhere. Never seen my father disrobe like that. No. And he was a man, as a construction worker, who would have to leave his clothes at the door before coming in the house. And even in his relaxed state, in his relaxed days, wasn't running around with his nipples out. Nah, man. Nah. So as such, I don't do it. You understand? So while we always highlight or make sure that we see the slightest shift in an individual's presentation, we have to talk it through. So now, again, someone in class one of the classmates shoots me a TikTok. And the TikTok really came from the IG post of one of the, should I call him an IG comedian or, I know, sketch, I don't know, but content. Kid Ray Ray. And in it, we got Safaree. And if you don't know who Safaree is, he's the individual who was supposedly Nicki Minaj's boyfriend. Okay? Supposedly penned some of her rhymes and all this other weirdness. We do know that at one point he used to talk a little bit reckless, a little bit tough, until he was assaulted, robbed, right? In the garage in his crib. So we knew he wasn't about that action. But for a couple of years, he definitely was running around, as they do in this era, right? Tough, flossing, dripping even, right? Till somebody took that steel, ran that shit upside his temple. But nevertheless, right after that, and after their public split, he began to act a little tangy. And that made me question whether or not him and her were really together. But now, going into 2024, anything is possible, because we do know the tangy dudes do engage with these little dry cookie having women. You know, it's a whole big thing that's going on. And it's been going on for a generation. Just like people are just very wayward in their behaviors. So I definitely peeped a lot of little zestiness, a lot of little pictures, a lot of little things going on with them. Little bit too much gloss on the lips. You dig what I'm saying? So at that point, that's when you kind of not even, don't even give these dudes the time of day, really. And he was up out of people's eye socket for a minute, till he ended up in Dykeman or somewhere uptown, and they ran him up out of the spotty spot. Then fell back again. I really haven't been hearing anything until today. And this shit is just out of control. The dude is on a box in them nasty ass drawers, them damn bikini brief tight, whatever you want to call them. I keep telling dudes about them. I don't know how many times I have to say it in class. Men not supposed to wear them boxer briefs, but he's on a box, in boxer briefs, all oiled up, greased up, selling a pleasure tool for women, right? And I'm like, really? This is how melanated men are moving now? This is where it's at now. Dude out here licensing his body, his image for phallus? A toy. Not even a real one. We got, and again, even the name, Safaree, they got the name is emblazoned on the box. And he out there selling. Really? Really? That's, again, I already told y'all that the psyche of melanated men wanting to be adored, sensitive to their feelings, wanting to be held, wanting to be spoken to softly is an issue. I told you that melanated men have sacrificed their power to be desired. Sacrificed their power to be desired. They made melanated men desired and powerless. They made you a phallus. And now this man is on a box. Now I'm thinking about it, man, listen. I sure do hope that this isn't an actual product. Because that just takes the industry to a whole entirely different level. That y'all got cats running around, and in his prime, when they were moving up through the ranks from C-list to A-list pop star. Because again, Nicki transitioned from commercial rap to pop while he was there. In that, you mixed and mingled with a lot of dudes, and a lot of dudes was, yo, nah, that's the dude. Nah, yeah, he getting to it. He getting it back. Nah, that's her dude. And giving him carte blanche to move about in certain ways around certain dudes. I told you. There's a lot of dudes who y'all believe is real that would sacrifice their integrity to have these little tangy, zesty dudes around them. Opening doors for them. Yo, nah, letting them in the club. Bookings. Paying these dudes. Come to the club, man. Do the walkthrough. Ignoring what you can see. Can see a man's soul right through his iris. And now, like I said, this shit don't just happen overnight. He is on a box for a vibrator in a pair of bikini briefs, bare-chested, man breast out. Now, who or what other group have you ever seen bare-chested in bikini briefs selling vibrators? Only other group I ever see do that were women. Karen, white women, that's their thing. That's their thing. That was porn stars. Women. White women. They are the ones who created and dominated that market. Seika. Tracy Lords. All them weird women. Jenna Jameson getting molds of their vulva, molds of their grippers in their breasts. And then, this is the Jenna James gripper plug. Stuff like that. Jenna Jameson and all that. That's where you do that at. Black men from rap? From this culture? Damn near naked on a box? Come on. That's what they do now? That's what this has become? Keep telling y'all, knees out. Telling y'all shoes. Keep telling y'all all that extra oils and emollients and shit all on their skin and lip gloss and makeup on men. It's not even an alarm. They are identifying and letting it be known that this is who they are. Like this hoodie can be purchased from, again, one of my revolutionary comrades. Paperwork is good, which means you've never been a rat. You never snitched. Paperwork good. Bring your paperwork to the yard. So just do a search for it. Paperwork good, Long Island. Salute to the guard, Tyson. So this is where we at with it. These dudes are identifying. Now, I don't know. Like I said, things roll out. There is a think tank or many think tanks that put these things into play for us to watch and bear witness to and get in the subconscious, but they're all in alignment. I can remember in 1 week, all of the females on my timeline who were celebrities, they all had their nipples out. In like 3 days, like the ended from Wednesday to Thursday to Friday, they must have got the memo because all of them had them out. It was Tamar, it was K. Michelle, all the strippers, the dancers, everybody had a shot with their nipples out. In the share thing or all of them. All of them. I was like, whoa. What is it? So they do these rollouts to get your attention. So today just happens to be a rollout for Turkey Day, Gobble Gobble Day. And they showing these black men with their nipples out. Now, I don't understand why anybody, not even close to my age group, would do these type of things. So, excuse me, in my timeline, I see the kid Fendi. If you don't know who Fendi is, Fendi's a manager. Now listen, entertainment scout, especially in the hip-hop world, responsible for a lot of people's careers. But look at how this shit connect. Fendi, twice this week, was once soaped up, nipples exposed, in the shower on live. Son is about 50-something years old. But look at how it rolls right into Safaree and his overly explicit vibrator box cover rollout. And not only was Fendi showering or whatever the hell he was doing, but he was sure soaped up, soapy, right? And I'm picturing him being soapy up north in the mountains. And Fleece Johnson happened to be catching him talking soapy, advertising soapy. Because this is what we do on social media. When you there on social media, as I tell you, as I'm in class, I don't know who is watching. People from overseas watching. Straight people watching. Tangy people watching. People gonna watch. We don't know who's watching. So if you're advertising, if I'm teaching, if I'm educating young, old, everyone. What is this 50-something-year-old man doing? Exactly, Mom. Scraping and scrambling in the shower. Live. Right? And then he doubles down that they talking about, yo, again. Shirtless. Talking about, yeah, I got something going on with Fab, and we're going to, put a private party, and you could come through. And I'm like, private party? You ain't got no shirt on this live? Safaree bare-chested? What is going on? What is going on? And then, boom! I see a video of Zesty D Wade talking about this color is, what do you say, peach or some type of pastel? This is this color. This is peach, and his hair got a little bit of color. And I'm looking like, yo, black men are in a world of hurt. What is going on? What is the code? That's what he called it? Blush? That's what he said? That this color is blush? Nah, come on, Mr. Bucks. Don't say that. That color is blush? That's what that color is? Blush? You know what blush is this? So he had on blush and he was wearing blush? Bare-chested? So what's the rollout? What really? What are they setting up for? These are not young boys who don't know cause and effect, who don't know their actions. What are you saying to us? And in the same space. And man, again, I didn't ever want to go there. Hassan Campbell, who unfortunately was hit by gunfire. So I know he's traumatized. I work in that field. Why are you bare-chested on social media instead of sitting down and getting healed? Bare-chested. So now I'm like, we already know your history. We know that you come from a history of sexual abuse. Why sexualize yourself after something that was done to you that has nothing to do with sexuality? A crime. An attempted murder. Why? What is, because this is not ironic. This isn't a coincidence. And all of them just happen to be in a space or in conversations where people question the quality and the solid of your gender. There's been numerous questions about D. Wade's gender and how he identifies. There's been a few whispers about Fendi and how he identifies. Fleece Johnson put it all out. There's been questions about how Safaree identifies in his behaviors. So why, again, why pot yourself in that? This is not an accident. There's an intent for us to go into this, I guess, holiday with the focus that melanated men are less than masculine. And with you combining that with the the stories and the theory of Thanksgiving and how white men, how Euro men came to this land and took it by force through pillaging, through raping, and victimizing anybody that was here, it makes you think, didn't the Euros run through the culture of hip-hop, robbing them for their publishing and their labor, robbing them, right, for their songs and their masters, raping them through Grippergate? Why would you dare appear disrobed? Now, some people may believe, oh, they ignorant, they don't understand, they're not thinking about it. You're reaching, Blizz, you're reaching. No, it ain't never a reach. It's never a reach when you have people over a certain age disrobing in public. I wonder how many men. Mark Lewis, you got your nipples out? Hakim, would you post with your nipples out? I want to know. Robert, Oliver, I've been up north with you. I ain't never see your nipples out. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I need to know. Don't sit here quiet. Don't sit here quiet. Because for real, the young men need to be taught. Boom! Do y'all post on social media with y'all nipples out? Man breasts. Come on now. But then they want to tell you that Grippergate is a lie. This is, they want to tell you that it's a lie. Nah. If we can believe what transpired with Cassie, we have to also believe what transpired with Fabulous at the party, or anybody that was at the brunch. Damn sure in the first couple of brunches, wasn't too many women folk around. What? I say it again. You can go back to the first couple of brunches. Wasn't no women in them selfies. Wasn't no women in them pics. So again, if we can believe that these people who are pilled up, who are Hennessy'd up, who are sexual deviants, who we can assume that these allegations may be true when it comes to being abusive to young women who are in every frame, because when you look at Cassie, there was even whispers that she might have been a transformer. Remember that? Because she just didn't have the body of a woman. So what would us or cause us not to believe that in their pilled up state, in their Hennessy state, that they wouldn't attack little boys? I mean, we seen that. Hassan Campbell said that. And he was abused, and others. So if that was happening on a low level, we can know what happened on a high level, right? We heard what Pac said. Quincy Jones wanted to dome him. And when he refused, that was his demise. I mean, shit, I've managed groups. I ain't never had no type of success with it to that degree. I was around some of the A-listers. Some of the A-listers still ring my phone. What's happening? How does one always have somebody under his care who ends up becoming A-list? We can't ignore that, man. Especially now that you're exhibiting these type of patterns of nakedness, of chuckling and giggling, of questionable, sus movements. Why is that necessary for us to see? What's really going on? What is really going on? Yeah, here we go with the Casanova went to the brunch, and then all of a sudden, what did he see? What did he not do? Yeah. Yeah. I'm just, again, and I'm so serious. When we are raising young women and we're teaching them and nurturing them and telling them that, yo, you have to move in a certain way as a young woman. You can't do this, you can't do that. You have to sit like this, you wear this. You make sure that when you're playing in the park, you move like this, you do this, you do that. Right? What are we telling our little boys? How are we raising them? How are we nurturing them? What examples are being shown to them? Right? Hold on now. What examples are we showing them? If it's okay for them to wear dresses, if it's okay for them to have their knees out, if it's okay for them to watch men in a more mature age bracket to have their breasts out, lip gloss, makeup. No, seriously. Seriously. In all reality, how can you stop the abuse of little boys? What's their gauge for alarm when something's not right. You can show them and tell them, yo, hold on. Criminal activities down the block. You don't want to be part of them dudes. Hold on. Be mindful when you step out into the street. Cars are moving this way, that way. Hold on. You might not want to say that. Hold on. You might want, but how do you protect them? Protect their bodies when there's confusion in the language and the communications because they are witnessing men perform as women. How? How? When you have these individuals who, again, are pushed in front of them and said that, yeah, these individuals don't rap. These individuals are number one or the largest individuals in their spaces, right? We have a writer of pop, rap music. We have a scout or a manager of people, large people. Neo, Nicki Minaj. These are people who this music scout is responsible for grooming. Number one YouTuber. A championship ring. Basketball player. Performing as white women? Taking on the role of white women? Disrobed. Naked. Or appearing in a sexual manner. The only person who should ever see a man in his sexual relaxed state is his woman. Or a woman who he's with. I mean, seriously. Men are supposed to see other men soaked up in the shower? I mean, Fleece Johnson would appreciate it. I'm probably appreciating it right now. Men should see other men almost naked on a box advertising a product for a vibrator. That's where we at with it? Come on. Come on. And y'all letting that slip by you? I mean, because we're going to see a whole lot of naked turkeys between now and Friday. You know, we're going to see that, right? The turkey, the gobble going to be disrobed and people going to be slapping butter and all that on it and doing their little recipes. But prior to that, we've seen black men shirtless, looking like turkeys. Lathered up, soaked up, lip glossed up, blushed up. And y'all think that that is an accident? Y'all think that's an accident? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is what we doing now? The world is at war. Other men are at war. And black men, again, emasculated in front of the world, stripped down to their grippers, voluntarily, unless the pressure to get a bag, unless the pressure to get the bag is so intense. Come on. Come on, man. When they gonna stop? No, seriously. When we going to stop? Listen, I appreciate the comment, but Mateen Cleaves, you get a 55. Cece, you get a 55. I don't know where y'all been. Coming all up in here like that. Ain't been to class in weeks. 55. 55. Listen. Y'all got to start calling these dudes out. Telling you. I'm telling you. It has to stop. It ain't nothing cool about it. Nothing cool about it. What's cool? Husky old men with bubbles and shit. And come on, man. Dudes is old, man. Dudes is old. We had some of our greats assassinated, wishing they could have made it to their 40s and 50s. Martin, Malcolm, you understand? Mega. Dudes didn't live to be 45, 50. Taken out of here. Assassinated Fred Hampton at 21, 22. And these dudes is playing online? These dudes is playing online? And y'all think I don't get hostile? Angry? What are we doing? What are black men doing? Seriously. And you don't know you off code? You don't know you out of pocket? What part of the information is that? What's the purpose? What's the intent? Seriously, what's the intent? Again, classroom assistants, y'all always do y'all thing. in spite of what we go through, and y'all know what we go through. I talk to y'all behind the scenes. We're growing. You dig? We have to keep the press on. We have to keep moving. We have to keep shifting. You dig? We know where we at with it. So as the rest of them could come through and clown and continue to face the world, and in that space get supported, and in that space get acknowledged as I don't know what. I'm glad y'all see right here in this class. And we could prepare ourselves and keep our minds intact. So I'm glad y'all come through and do what y'all do. Keep growing the class. We're moving in a decent direction. You dig? But we gotta check these men. We gotta check them. I have to check them. Got to. Because without them, you see what's going on overseas. Those are children getting annihilated, wiped out. Because the men are gone. That's where we at with it right now. Over 50% of the population, 50% of the population in Palestine are children. Because the men were already wiped out and dealt with through the 80s and the 90s. What do you think is going to happen here when you have generations of men who have already been wiped out or already behind bars, incarcerated? And our children are facing these clowns, these bare-chested men. Boy. So, as always, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Fund the war effort. This war is getting very, very, very nasty. Very nasty. And if you think that we are not losing people, just look. Just look. You lost your men. Those are casualties. Those are casualties. When you got melanated men on a box for vibrators, you out of the game. Yeah. Your chessboard is fucked up. Yeah. Yeah. Understand that. Again, come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Travel safe. Weather not right and exact. And people are stressed out. Some people still believe in this shenanigans and stuff, these pagan ass holidays. So book your assessments. Book your sessions. Okay? Let's not go into this weekend where you may be around family members that you got issues with and it's kind of toxic and you don't have the skill set you need to de-escalate yourself. Book your assessment. Book your sessions. I'm telling you, you're going to need it. Peace.